The Lord showed me something today, and it literally just blew my mind. He never ceases to amaze me. I mean, it's like the closer we get to being called home, that means the faithful believers, the closer we get to going home, it's like God is just showing me something every day, every day, every day, every day. And if he tells me to, then I'll share it with the people. But what God showed me today is that Barack Obama was nothing but the forerunner for the Antichrist, which is Donald Trump. Barack Obama was the forerunner. Of course, the Antichrist, he wants to be like Christ. I mean, everything. He wants to be celebrated like Christ is celebrated, at the time when people think is his birthday, Jesus' birthday. The Antichrist wants to be celebrated just like that. And Barack Obama actually pretty much set up Trump's birthday to be celebrated. Now, of course, Satan knew who the Antichrist would be. So they started, I think, 1777, I think it was. I'm going to look at it. Is when they came out with Flag Day, which would be on June 14th. They've been training the people to celebrate this day. They've been training the people for a long time. The enemy knew that the Antichrist, his birth, that he was going, I think they say he's a moon child or whatever, but they knew that it was going to be June 14th. So what better way to get Americans to celebrate the Antichrist than to call it Flag Day? All of your patriots, they're going to celebrate. They're going to celebrate. And even though when you're celebrating someone, it's not worshiping within itself, but it is a form of worship. It's like you're celebrating this person. When the wise men, when they saw where Jesus was, they went to worship him. That was the day he was born. They went to worship him, to celebrate his birth. So the forerunner, Obama, he is the forerunner of the Antichrist. Now, John the Baptist was the forerunner for Jesus Christ. And the thing is, it just blew my mind how God showed me this. People, when Barack was president, those 2 times, people really thought he was the Antichrist. It was out that he was the Antichrist. He was the Antichrist. Now, John the Baptist, people actually thought he was the Christ. And they were curious about it. They asked him, basically, who are you? And he told them that he wasn't the Christ. So you see the similarities? They thought that John the Baptist was the Christ. That's why they asked him, are you the prophet? He told them no. And you see how so many people thought Barack was the Antichrist, but he wasn't. He was the forerunner. He was getting everything set up, paving the way for the one to come, just like John the Baptist did for Jesus, paved the way. And just like a lot of these other presidents did, they made sure that June 14th was celebrated, which is Trump's birthday. Now, just to show you how crafty Satan is. Now, what they have put all over social media is they have told the people, now they think they're fighting against Trump. They have told the people, instead of celebrating Trump, let's celebrate Barack on today. This article says, plans to celebrate a new Barack Obama Day. You ain't doing nothing but celebrating the beast. They work together. You saw that picture at Mr. Carter's funeral. These two are not enemies. Barack was his forerunner. They were looking forward to Trump coming. All of these people, all of the wealthy, all of the elite, they are looking for this new age where there will be peace and they get to live forever. They are looking for this day. So they don't hate him. They're all actors. They pretend like they don't like him. Michelle pretending like she don't like him. Kamala pretending like she don't like him. They love this man. So Barack pretty much has been paving the way for him, like all the other presidents did. This says plans to celebrate a new Barack Obama Day have been scheduled to coincide with President Donald Trump's birthday as protests against Trump continue. You got the protesters who don't even realize it, but they're celebrating the birth of the Antichrist. Posting on social media, Americans encouraged people to celebrate the former president on June 14th. They asked John the Baptist, are you the Christ? Are you the prophet? He said, no. No. So they're encouraging people to celebrate Obama on this day, which was the forerunner for the Antichrist. So if you celebrate Obama, you're actually celebrating the Antichrist. This is his day. Satan is so crafty, he has gotten the people to celebrate the Antichrist, Donald Trump, without even knowing it. It says, posted on social media, Americans encouraged people to celebrate the former president on June 14th, despite the 44th president's real birthday being August the 4th. It comes amid a growing backlash to the current presidency. It's not a backlash. I mean, these people are crafty. They are playing the people like flutes. People can't even see it. These people are the Pied Piper, and they're playing the flute, and the people are just following along. And you got most of, see, that's what Obama came. Oh, he got all the black folks riled up, came through diddy bopping, playing basketball, and, and he know how to give the little pound, the handshake what the black folks give. And, he do all of these things. He was the forerunner. So it's black folks, a lot of black folk who are actually celebrating Obama on this day. Or they have changed their profile pictures and everything to celebrate Obama. You ain't doing nothing but celebrating the forerunner of the Antichrist. You're celebrating the Antichrist without even knowing it. Oh, the word of God say, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. You don't even understand what you're doing. You don't even realize what you're doing. It's actually a form of, it's not worshiping, but without even knowing it, you're kind of worshiping the Antichrist. You're celebrating him. And this is what God showed me. Obama was nothing but the forerunner for the Antichrist. Now, before I came to the Lord, uh, I wasn't a voter. You know, when I was younger, like in my early 20s, you know, my mom used to always tell everybody in the family who to vote for, or whatever. But once once I got older and once I joined the military, I just stopped doing it. I just had this bad taste in my mouth concerning America. I don't know why. I believe nothing but the Lord was preparing me because he knew that America was nothing but Babylon. So I was never really excited about anything that America was doing. So when Obama came on the scene, I was like, well, it's been years since I voted, and it's a black man. Even though I knew he wasn't going to get in there and change nothing, because I knew that these people were just puppets. I knew that. But I was like, oh, well, you know, everybody else messed up. Give him a chance. And everybody was so excited, even me, blind, just happy to see a so-called black man in the White House. And he did nothing but prepare the way for the Antichrist. He was nothing but a forerunner. But he fooled the people, especially the black folk. Oh my goodness. Look at them on Facebook. They have changed their profile picture, the cover photos. We celebrate Obama on this day. No, you're celebrating the forerunner of the Antichrist. You're actually celebrating the Antichrist's birthday without even knowing it. They all work together. Oh my. I was blind too. I thank God every day for salvation. I just all throughout the day, God, I thank you for choosing me unto salvation. I can't thank him enough. I can't thank him enough. Because these people have done a job on the people. We don't even realize just how evil these people are. All of them are devil worshipers. All of them worship Satan. They don't hate Trump. They love him. All of the elites, they love him. If they wealthy, they love him. They looking for this day of chaos. Because they know that's when the phoenix will rise from the ashes. And that's when they will get their new world. The new Atlantis, the age of Aquarius, where they think they're going to live forever. They do. They really do. And they know Trump is the man to bring it in. So they don't hate him. They just have us thinking that they beefing back and forth. No, but these people are looking forward to Trump. But let me show you something that I looked up. I looked up the origins of Flag Day. And it says the flag of the United States shall be of 13 stripes of alternate red and white, with a union of 13 stars of white and blue field representing the new constellation. This was the resolution adopted by the Continental Congress on June 14th, 1777. That was Trump's birthday. He wasn't even born. He wasn't even born. You got to think about before Jesus was born, how Isaiah was speaking about Jesus. They knew the Christ was coming. So Satan has got his people set up. They knew the Antichrist was coming. So they were setting the stage so that he could be celebrated when he does come. It says the resolution was made following the report of the special committee which had been assigned to suggest the flag's design. A flag of this design was first carried into battle on September 11, 1777, in the Battle of Brandywine. The American flag was first saluted by the foreign naval vessel on February the 14th, 1778, when the Ranger bearing the stars and stripes and under the command of Captain Paul Jones arrived in a French port. The flag first flew over foreign territory in early 1778 in Nassau, Bahama Islands, where Americans captured a British fort. Observation of the adoption of the flag was not soon in coming. However, although there are many claims to the first official observance of Flag Day, all but one took place more than an entire century after the flag's adoption in 1777. The first claim was from a Hartford, Connecticut celebration during the first summer of 1861. In the late 1800s, schools all over the United States held Flag Day programs, the Antichrist's birthday, to contribute to the Americanization of immigrant children, and the observation caught on with individual committees. The most recognized claim, however, comes from New York. That's where Trump lived, was born, or whatever. On June 14, 1889, Professor George Bolch, principal of a free kindergarten for the poor of New York City, had his school hold Trump always talking about patriotic ceremonies to observe the anniversary of the Flag Day resolution. This initiative attracted attention from the State Department of Education, which arranged to have the day observed in all public schools thereafter. Oh, they celebrating the Antichrist's birthday without even knowing it. Soon, the state legislature passed a law making it the responsibility of the state superintendent of public schools to ensure that schools hold observances for Lincoln's birthday, Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, and Flag Day, and Donald Trump's birthday. My goodness. Thank you, Jesus. In 1897, the governor of New York ordered the displaying of the flag over all public buildings, oh my goodness, in the state, an observance considered by some to be the first official recognition of the anniversary of the adoption of the flag outside of schools. Another claim comes from Philadelphia. In 1893, the Society of Colonial Dames succeeded in getting a resolution passed to have the flag displayed on all of the city's public buildings. This is recognition to Donald Trump, the Antichrist. Oh, this is a spiritual battle. And those who are worldly, you can't see spiritual things. You don't get it. That's why I said a while back, and I didn't understand what God just showed me, but I knew it was something about that flag. And I say anybody who flies that flag or worships that flag, they do not know God. And now I see why. Because the flag is an observance of the Antichrist's birthday, June 14th. My. Whew. Let me read that again. Another claim comes from Philadelphia. In 1893, the Society of Colonial Dames succeeded in getting a resolution passed to have the flag displayed on all of the city's public buildings. Elizabeth Duane Gillespie, a direct descendant of Benjamin Franklin and the president of the Colonial Dames of Pennsylvania, the same year tried to get the city to call June 14th Flag Day. Resolutions by women were not granted much notice, however, and it was not until May the 7th, 1937, that Pennsylvania became the first state to establish the June 14th Flag Day as a legal holiday. Oh, my. Whew. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Flag Day is a nationwide observance today. But Pennsylvania is the only state that recognizes it as a legal holiday. Wow. Bernard J. Singret, a school teacher in Wabeca, Wisconsin, reportedly spent years trying to get Congress to declare June 14th as a national holiday. Y'all got to see it. Y'all got to see what's going on. Lord have mercy. Although his attempts failed, the day was widely observed. Father of Flag Day, honors have been given to William T. Kerr, who was credited with founding the American Flag Day Association in 1888 while still a schoolboy in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Both President Wilson in 1916 and President Coolidge in 1927 issued proclamations asking for June 14th, the Antichrist's birthday, to be observed as the National Flag Day. But it wasn't until August the 3rd, that 1949, that Congress approved the national observance, and President Harry Truman signed it into law. This man, I'm telling you, God just showed me this today. He just showed me this today. Barack Obama was the forerunner for the Antichrist. Very similar to how John the Baptist was the forerunner to Jesus Christ. This is why everybody thought that Obama was the Antichrist. Just like most people, a lot of people thought that John the Baptist was the Christ. Are you the prophet? He said, no, I'm not. This thing is deep, y'all. This thing is deep. Now, again, celebrating and worship, they're not altogether the same, but when you're celebrating somebody, you kind of, sort of, you are worshiping them. And this is what we see going on today. This is why you got the Pope doing his thing. He's actually celebrating. Oh my goodness. He's celebrating the Antichrist's birthday. You got all of these stage protests all over America. They don't even realize it. They're celebrating the Antichrist's birthday. You got Trump doing his thing, celebrating his birthday. Flag Day. They called it Flag Day. They're not going to tell you that this is the Antichrist's birthday. So they had to set it up as Flag Day, even far back as 1777. And then you have these people, social media, which is controlled by Elon Musk and his friends. AI sent out these little messages all over Facebook, Instagram, all over, saying, hey, we're not going to celebrate Trump today. We're going to celebrate Obama today. You're celebrating, which can be seen as a form of worship. You're celebrating the Antichrist without even knowing it. In Revelation chapter 13, verse 8, it says, all who dwell on the earth will worship the beast, all whose names have not been written from the foundation of the world in the book of life belonging to the Lamb. This is why it's important for us to come to God. Because these people, there's no way we can fight Satan. Satan has been here so much longer than we have. He's doing a job on the people. The people don't even realize that they're celebrating, which is actually a form of worship. They're actually celebrating Trump without even knowing it. Even the protesters, the No King Day. No, you're celebrating. This is his day. You're out marching around flying. You're celebrating him. No, we're going to celebrate Obama. You're celebrating Trump. June 14th is his birthday. Oh, Satan has done a job on the people. And I just, something else I pulled up. I just wanted to see. I pulled up during Barack Obama's presidency. What all did he do on June the 14th? I just want to see what things he did during his both terms. And I Googled it, and it says, during Barack Obama's presidency, there were several notable events and actions that occurred on June 14th of various years. In 2011, he visited Puerto Rico. He became the first sitting U.S. president to officially visit the island. Now remember, these are things that happened on June 14th. He did this. He could have done it on any other day, but he decided to go to Puerto Rico on June 14th. 2012, June 14th, he visited the One World Trade Center site. Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama toured the construction site of the iconic skyscraper replacing the World Trade Center towers and signed a steel beam with the message, "We remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger." Now, you all have to do some deeper research to see how Trump had ties with the whole 9/11 thing, even before it happened. And here, Barack and his wife, they're signing the beams of the iconic skyscraper replacing the World Trade Center towers. That was in 2012, June 14th. 2013, June 14th, Obama met with students from the Becoming a Man program. Obama discussed fatherhood and mentorship with participants of this Chicago-based program during the Father's Day luncheon at the White House. This was on June 14th. I believe Father's Day is on what, 15th or 16th? But he did it on June 14th. Also in 2013, June 14th, Obama declared a disaster in the Republic of the Marshall Islands. A disaster declaration was signed under the Compact of Free Association due to severe drought. Also, reportedly authorized sending weapons to Syrian rebels on June 14. News reports stated this decision followed the U.S. concluding the Syrian regime had used chemical weapons. In 2014, June 14th, he delivered the commencement address at the UC Irvine. Obama spoke to the graduating class of 2014 at the University of California, Irvine at Angel Stadium. An event marked the 50th anniversary of the campus's dedication. Now, I don't know if that 50th anniversary landed on June 14th, but he actually did it on June 14th. Also in 2014, he announced a presidential emergency board. This board was created to help resolve a dispute between the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority and its employees. Also on that year, he visited the Standing Rock Indian Reservation. Obama and the First Lady made a historic visit during the annual Cannonball Flag Day celebration, June 14th. It's not Flag Day. It's the Antichrist's birthday that they're doing these celebrations on. They celebrate Satan, Satan's son. Just like on Christ's Day, people feel like December the 25th, that's when people celebrate Jesus' birthday, which we don't really know when he was born. But that's when they celebrate his birthday. That's a form of worship. So on June 14th, they call it Flag Day, but it is the Antichrist's birthday. And these people are celebrating him, a form of worship, on his day. In 2016, June 14, Obama made a statement on U.S. operations against ISIS. Following a meeting with his National Security Council, he called for the reinstatement of the assault weapons ban in the wake of the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. June 14, 2016. Also in 2016, he delivered remarks. Now, this is all 2016. He did all this on June 14th now. He delivered remarks at the United States of Women Summit. He spoke at the summit highlighting the progress made in gender equality, but emphasizing the need for continued action. And I think this is the last one. He issued a Flag Day proclamation. Keep in mind now, they already did this back in the 1700s, and I forget the president. I'll go back to see his name. He signed it into law. It was already a law. Flag Day, June 14th. But here, President Obama, the forerunner for the Antichrist, in 2016, on June 14th, issued a Flag Day proclamation. He just had to celebrate the Antichrist's birthday. June 14, 2016 was proclaimed as Flag Day, and the week beginning June 12, 2016 as National Flag Week. Oh, he went all out for his Lord and Savior, the Antichrist. He went all out for him. He said, we're going to declare the whole week. We're going to celebrate his birthday for a full week. June 14, 2016 was proclaimed as Flag Day, and the week beginning June 12, 2016 as National Flag Week. Now, they said President Harry Truman in August the 3rd, 1949, that Congress approved the national observance, and President Harry Truman signed it into law. So why did Obama need to do that on June 14, 2016? And I think that was his last year in office, right? The forerunner of the Antichrist. He wanted to go out big. He wanted to show his guy, hey, I just want to pave the way for you, buddy. June 14, 2016 was proclaimed as Flag Day. Mr. Truman had already did that, sir. So what are you doing? And the week beginning June 12, 2016 as National Flag Week. Y'all better open your eyes. They all work together. They just have us thinking that they're warring with each other, to keep us warring with each other. Right now, on today, the whole United States of America is actually celebrating Donald Trump's birthday without even knowing it. Even the people that hate his guts, they're celebrating his birthday. Black folk done changed their profile picture, talking about this is Barack Obama's day. No, sweetie. You're celebrating the Antichrist. And you're too blind, you're too lost to even see what's going on. I mean, I give it to him, boy. He played the black folk like a flute. Got that little diddy bop walk, you know what I'm saying? How he walk up on the brothers and he dap them up, give them that dap. And, he shooting basketball and, he talk all that little sporty talk. Oh, he played the black folk like a flute. And this man ain't even in office and he's still playing on the black folk. He getting the people to celebrate his boss, his God, the Antichrist. the Antichrist. So, National Flag Day, June 14th, No King's Protest, all of that is celebrating the beast. You're celebrating the beast and you don't even realize it. I'm sure, like most of other videos, very few are going to listen to this. But these warnings are going out. These warnings are going out. It's time to open your eyes. This thing is about to happen. And then again, we don't even know, honestly, what they did to all of those people who were out and about. I remember what they did to the Vietnamese, how they sprayed them with this thing called, I think it's called Agent Orange. So we don't know. We don't know. So I don't know. I just thank God for that, because that was like amazing. Again, when I came back to the Lord, my eyes opened up to Obama, that I knew Obama was in cahoots with all the rest of them. He was in cahoots with all the rest of them. But on today, on June 14th, 2025, God showed me that Barack Obama was nothing but the forerunner to the Antichrist, Donald J. Trump. Y'all take care.